Hello, folks. So, welcome to Season 3. It's the same as the previous two seasons. So, yeah, nothing's going to be different because I'm pretty satisfied with how it's going right now. In the last episode I said that it might be about a month until I come back, but it's been about 2 weeks. So, because I came up with a really interesting and good episode, really interesting topic for an episode, and it's going to be pretty good. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so, ever since, you know what, I start a lot of those episodes with ever since this or ever since that. Let's change it up a bit. But how should I do that? Look, we're constantly trying to build the next tallest skyscraper in the world. Once the tallest structure is built, the next tallest structure is almost immediately going to be built. After that, it's going to start construction almost immediately after the previous tallest structure was finished. Right now, it's the Burj Khalifa in the city of Dubai. It's about 2,717 feet. Before that, it was the CN Tower, which is about, I don't remember how tall it was. I think it was 1,700 something feet. But yeah, so, and it was built in 1975. So, the Burj Khalifa was built in 2010. So, this will be the first building to be built. I'm trying to think how I should word this. It's kind of complicated. Okay, we're in the year 2019, right? And this was built in 2010. So, the building itself is 2,717 feet from base to top. And that's more feet than there have been years that we've been counting, if you get what I'm saying. So, this building is taller than the year it was built in. Wow. Now, these structures are really interesting, and now Vsauce actually made an episode about how high we can build or something like that, and I don't want to plagiarize him, so I'm going to try to come up with my own words and my own ideas here. So, but these structures, man, they are actually pretty cool. Like, did you know the Empire State Building was the first building to be tall enough to where if you were to jump off it, you would reach max speed while falling? Yeah, the previous tallest structure in the world was the Chrysler Building. It was only the tallest for like a year or so, maybe even less than that, I don't know. But if you jumped off it, you wouldn't reach the max speed before hitting the ground. But now you can. And our buildings are just going to keep getting taller and taller and taller. In fact, they say one day they will lead into outer space. Now, we're going to talk about this here in a minute. But just keep in mind though, outer space, not even airplanes go fly that high. Airplanes are like about, 6 miles in the air. Outer space is 62 miles. Whoa. That is a huge ass building. And so, now look. What was the first building, like, to actually have materials added onto it, and not just like a pre-existing object, but having it, hollowing it out on the inside and making it its own building or something? Probably the Pyramids of Giza, or no, not the Pyramids of Giza. There's one of the Egyptian pyramids. Don't remember which one though, but but I lost my train of thought. Yes, guys, I'm still saying this. I know it's getting old. But back in the day, from the pyramids all the way up to the Empire State Building or something, they weren't being safe. They cared more about building structures than they did their own lives. Like in the 1920s, in New York, they would they wanted to fulfill their dreams of being an architect, and they didn't care if they died trying to fulfill those dreams. So what I mean by that is, when the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building were being built in New York City, they went up there and they didn't have any safety gear on. They didn't have harnesses or hard hats or any freaking thing. Hell, I don't even think a lot of them wear full clothing. They were like shirtless or something. Holy crap, man. Maybe it didn't exist at the time, that safety gear or something, but they risked their lives just to build these buildings. And they even had lunch up there. God, man. That is, wow. That's some serious guts. And, of course, some people fell. I mean, I don't know how many people fell during the construction of the Chrysler Building or Empire State Building, but both of them took 2 years to build, so, but that's not the point. So, but if you survived, you were pretty lucky. I mean, I don't know the ratio of people who survived against the people who didn't survive, but I'm just saying, either way, you would be pretty fortunate not to have fallen off. And just when you think that getting on your own roof of your own house is dangerous, no. They went way up there and built. So yeah, just think about it for a second. Okay, well anyways, so yeah, but nowadays we have safer methods of building and it's getting a lot better. Now let's talk about what I like to call space scrapers. Because skyscrapers don't actually touch the sky. It's just a figurative term. But one day they will actually literally touch the sky. But when though? Well, a cousin of mine once told me that a couple of years ago that they were planning, in 2020, they were planning on starting construction on a building that'll be so tall it'll reach space. Okay, 2020 is like a month and a few days away. No, it'll probably be like 2030 or 2040 or 2050. I mean, holy hell, it's going to be a long time from now. And it's going to take some pretty futuristic materials to build something that strong. With our current technology and our current materials, just imagine how thick the base would have to be in order to build it up that high and make sure it doesn't sway in the wind or anything. That would be miles thick. What building is miles thick? I don't know. But because not even sports stadiums are that big. So I don't think they'll start building it in 2020. Right now, they're working on a building called the Jeddah Tower. I don't remember what it was, but they started construction on it in 2013, and they've kind of stopped building on it for a while. But then they say that its estimated completion date will be sometime in 2021 or 2022. It was originally 2019, but that's obviously not happening. So it is going to be 2020, but that's still a little early. So it's going to be, it's going to be a few years from now. Or maybe 1 year, or a year and a half, I don't know. But building stuff is harder than it seems, guys. because there's always going to be mistakes in engineering and stuff. In fact, there's been huge mistakes in engineering. Like, you could probably look, I think I saw a video of these guys who goofed up trying to build a road or something, or a bridge or whatever, and they messed up so hard. So just trying to calculate everything and making sure everything is in place correctly, and it's not easy, guys. I mean, sure, you might be able to build a small shed. I mean, your grandpa might be able to, but an actual freaking skyscraper like the Burj Khalifa, it wasn't easy. I doubt it was. But that doesn't mean that they stopped. That doesn't mean that they knew it wouldn't be easy, but does that mean that they weren't going to do it? Hell no, it doesn't. So, man, this episode's going to be long, isn't it? So, having good structure is pretty important when building a building. See, we are made up of bones, which are basically the equivalent of the building materials, the metal, the whatever building is made out of. You know, we have bones, and that's basically our materials, our metal. That makes up us. And we also have guts and stuff like that. But, and guys, I know you're sick to the brim of hearing this, but I'm going to have to say it anyways. We're going to go off topic a little bit. But we will get back on track. My God, do I say that every friggin' episode? Alright, this phone has a big-ass, juicy virus on it. I'm planning on getting it. Well, it seems to work okay when there's not headphones in it, but when there is, it's a piece of crap. So, let me tell you about the history of my phone. So, my second phone. Now, actually, there was a phone that my parents got me when I was 15, but I barely used it at all, so I don't know if that counts or not. So, we're just going to pretend this is my third phone. But it would technically be my fourth, but that first one doesn't count, so that would be my 0th phone. But anyways, so, my second phone. I was listening to music and I tripped over myself and I squeezed it really hard and I broke the phone. I cracked the glass and everything. And yeah, so as you can tell, we're not perfect. We're not built to be perfect. Our bodies are not perfect at all. And why should they be? I mean, it would be nice if they were, but buildings are the same way. They're not going to be perfect. There is going to be flaws with them. But we can, as long as it's able to stand on its own pretty well, it's okay if there's a few flaws. I mean, it's not possible to make a huge-ass building like Burj Khalifa and make it perfect. I'm sure there's small scratches on the inside of the building. The building's almost 10 years old. There's no way in hell it can be in perfect condition. There's got to be some chips in the wall or something in there that's not perfect. Even if it's just minor, there's got to be something wrong with the building. But yeah, so I don't believe 2020 will be when we'll start actually, building into space. Alright, now we're almost done here, but on the topic of building things, I used to be a big fan of Minecraft, which is basically the sandbox game, and I also, where you build stuff, and Roblox is almost the same thing. Now, I would build stuff on Roblox, and this one guy would destroy it. Like, I was once building this house on Roblox, and this one guy came and destroyed it, and I got so upset. But then I realized, I have Minecraft, what the hell am I doing here? Now, um, it's pretty. Roblox is pretty stupid, to be honest. Like, okay, I like to tease people on Roblox. Now, you might think that cyberbullying, that's not exactly the same. Okay, yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to admit, cyberbullying is kind of fun. Yeah, I know, I'm an asshole, but anyways, so, I wouldn't consider it cyberbullying, it's just, I just like to mess with people, okay? So, one time, in that one game on Roblox, I would build, I don't remember what it was called, I can't remember what for the life of me, but I would just build blocks as high as I could, and then jump down, because you don't take fall damage in Roblox, and then destroy the bottom part, and then just, or the second block up from the bottom, destroy that, and then just push the building and make it fall into somebody else's property, and then I would climb up that building and then get into somebody else's house. It was hilarious. And the people would be so mad. It's like, I don't care your freaking reason to be in here, get out. Oh man, that was good. But now you can't do that because there's a robot that destroys your crap if it goes outside your boundaries. That sucks. The only reason I'll ever play Roblox again is just to, tease people. Just to mess with them. Just to give them a hard time. Because, not like bullying. Just, like dad and son, father and son, teasing. Something like that. But anyways. Alright, so this was a pretty freaking long episode. Not the longest, but it was still pretty long, so I better stop it now. Alright. So, that was this episode. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.